So the truth is, everyone wants to get the bera airdrop, but no one actually knows what you need to do to get the airdrop. Because if they're gonna do an airdrop to testnet users, it's going to be heavily diluted. But I think they might implement some interesting mechanics, like for example, the amount of contracts that you use on testnet, or maybe the amount of transactions, or maybe whether you provided a ton of bera as the liquidity. So in this video, I will show you everything we need to know to get qualified for bera airdrop. And I covered already this 2 times, so if you haven't seen my previous videos, so I'm gonna link the videos in the bio so you can follow the step-by-step tutorial how you can navigate around the testnet. So in here, we're gonna cover everything what you need to do beyond the testnet. So in here, essentially, you can see that Berachain raised $42 million and they are valued at $420 million. But the data is old, so they are valued way above that right now, probably 2 or even 3 times that. And it's not official yet, so we need to wait for more info. What I think the best way is for Berachain is to distribute the Bera token through the NFT collections, whether the NFT project collaborated with the foundation, or maybe to all different NFT projects related to Berachain. I still don't know what the criteria is going to be, so in this video, let me show you some of these NFTs that I'm looking into to buy, and I'm going to be showing you which I bought, so you might qualify, of course, not on financial advice. I don't know whether I'll be eligible after I get this NFT, but definitely I have a higher chance than the testnet users. So for now, you can see all of these NFTs listed here are the part of the foundation of Berachain. And you can see they're crazy, priced out. So for example, this one is at 700 Ethereum, but obviously no one's gonna buy it. I think the last one that sold from this collection was around 50 Ethereum. So you can look at on OpenSea. So the last one, as you can see, 1 month ago, 50 Ethereum. So we have 2 months ago, 3 months ago, so around 50, 60 ETH. So crazy to think, above 6 figures for one NFT. We also have NFTs like Boo, Baby, Band, and Bit. Obviously, we're not gonna get them because it's just too expensive to just speculate on one single NFT, whether you're gonna get the airdrop. And we don't know how much exactly token, if these NFTs will be eligible, we don't know how many tokens you'll get from that. So now, for most people, buying the NFTs is not the best option right now. So what you need to do to essentially get qualified, the cheapest entry and the free entry is basically by doing testnet. So I showed you guys before what you need to do. So just follow up with the videos if you haven't seen it yet. I covered a ton of different platforms, a ton of different features that you need to use to potentially be exposed to the airdrop. Another way you can do it is to get the Discord role. So if you are essentially grinding in a Discord server, it's sort of like when you participated in 2021, when everyone was grinding for a whitelist for NFT project. It might be similar where if you are contributing, if you are creating memes, if you essentially helping the Berachain community somehow, maybe onboarding users, you might get the role. So the role probably is going to act somehow as a multiplier. Maybe you're going to give you some role. I don't know. I don't have a role yet. So I'm just speculating on that. And not a lot of people have that role. So you have to somehow differentiate yourself and stand out from everybody else. And one more way that you can do is the Berachain ecosystem projects. So I'm going to be showing you a ton of projects. And on the top of that, I'm going to be making another video where I'm going to be covering a different Berachain ecosystem projects. So you can take your part in it and hopefully it's going to give you somehow the allocation. So first you will need to do the testnet. So I showed you in my previous video. Then you want to follow up with the Galaxy. So it's really simple. It doesn't require you to do a lot. You just need to follow them, do a simple quest. And based on the interaction of the testnet, you can claim this NFT. There's over 2 million participants, and you'll need to do something to be well above the curve, because if you are one of these 2.5 million participants, your chances to get the airdrop are really low. And that's why I'm making this video, that hopefully gonna get the airdrop that everyone wants. So now, the cheapest entry to the ecosystem is probably the Honeycomb NFT. And this is the lowest cost entry, and it's not that low because it costs 0.5 ETH. And is not affiliated with Berachain team, but grant perks and benefits to many Berachain projects. And what I think, Honey Jar has a really high chance to get the airdrop, because if you look at the previous collections that we have in here, all of these have really low supply. So for example, this one have 100 NFTs, this one I think has somewhere around this region. So all of these combined, they have probably around 5,000 NFTs. So I don't see a way why Berachain would airdrop only to these participants. If they're gonna do it, it's going to be heavily decentralized. But what they want to do is to onboard masses to their ecosystem. So if they're gonna do it to Honeycomb and to projects that interacted with Honeycomb, they have a really good way to onboard as many users as possible. And if you want to learn more about the Honeyjar, that's the community gateway to Berachain, creators of Honeycomb, a perks aggregator for high quality Berachain eco projects. So they're probably the biggest ecosystem with high quality projects. So definitely follow them if you are not following them yet. You can learn quite a lot about Berachain. And of course, I'm going to link this tweet down below so you can read this in detail. And what's interesting and what stands out to me as what they said is the OG collection by Berachain team And you can see all of these collections that are highly speculatable that they're gonna be eligible for the airdrop. And on the top of that, you have the Honeyjar NFT, which is their official project of Honeyjar. And you can see not officially connected with Berachain Foundation. There's 0% expected chance of an airdrop from Berachain team. And I don't believe that there's a 0 chance for that, because also Arbitrum said there will be no airdrop. A ton of different tokenless protocols, L2s, they said there will be no airdrop. And at the end, we had airdrop, because every single time when the team is gonna tell you there's no airdrop, I think this is a W team. Because when you have a project, when they introduce a point system or they have a galaxy campaigns, a ton of different marketing strategies, that's the only way they want to bring new users. But for example, when you see a team, when they don't market airdrop, or they don't trying to get you, or they don't trying to get your money to the ecosystem, this team has the money in the treasury and they want to build a community through the organic way. And that's just my speculation. It might end up being a 0. So not a financial advice, but this is just what I'm doing. And I want to take my chances there, because if you're going to get one of these NFTs, you are going to be in the smaller majority of people that actually contributed to it and are the part of the ecosystem. And if you go to the OpenSea, you will notice that this collection has 16,420 NFTs and the floor is 0.45 Ethereum. So this collection plus the other ones is around 20,000 NFTs, and I think there's still a lot of room to onboard even more communities to the entire ecosystem, because usually when we have a big airdrop, like for example Arbitrum or Starchain recently, they're trying to onboard around 500 or even 600 or even 700,000 addresses to the ecosystem. So 20,000 NFTs, if they're gonna airdrop that tokens to the community, that's going to be a huge airdrop if at some point it will happen. So some of these other ones that I think they might grant you an allocation is Beraton. So they are not associated with Bera team, but they're also the part of the Honeyjar ecosystem. So for example, you can see this is the game. So I'm gonna be covering Berachain in detail about all of different projects. And that's a really high, cool quality game. Probably number 1 in my opinion, the gaming project on Berachain. And you can see the floor is 1.35. And all of these collections, they probably mint for completely for free, or maybe there was like one small associated fee to that. But you can see, minting fee, there's only less than 1,000 NFTs in this collection, and the floor is pretty high. The another one is the Tour de Barons, 6,900 NFTs in this collection, floor is at 0.19. So another cool project that I covered in my previous Berachain video. And the next upcoming video, I'm gonna be covering more Berachain ecosystem projects, so stay tuned for more. On the top of that, if you wanna learn more about the Honeyjar, you can go to the official website and you'll see how cool retro website they have. And if you click on the faucet, it's gonna bring you to the website where I cover previous videos. And that's basically the part of the testnet campaign. So definitely make sure you guys do all of these quests that they have in here. And also with combination with my previous tutorials, just follow up with that. So you need to connect your wallet and complete a bunch of these simple quests. And what really stands out to me here is sort of like an alpha. So if you're not aware of that, and if you have Pudgy Penguins, you can see they have this logo here. So if you're going to complete this quest, hopefully this is going to bring you one step closer if they're going to onboard a Pudgy Penguins holders to this airdrop. So if you don't know, Pudgy Penguins got Dime airdrop, Dimensions, and it was worth probably 2,000 Dimension tokens, which was probably around $10,000. So crazy returns from one single NFT. So then you want to click on the mint section. And if you haven't done that yet, you want to claim your Valentine's card. So click on that one and it's going to bring you to here. So connect your wallet and you want to mint it. And recently we minted a ticket and also different cards for the Chinese New Year. And now you can claim your Valentine's Day card. So definitely do so. We don't know whether that's going to be useful, but it's better than nothing. So make sure you guys do that. And ultimately, once you complete all of these quests, you're going to be earning the badges. And from these badges, you can essentially claim the testnet tokens daily. So for example, for this one, you can claim 0.1 Bera daily. The another one that we have is Bera names. So right now you can go ahead and register your Bera name domain. So let's say you want to select your name, Kali, or whatever. Yeah, I already took that one, so you guys cannot take this anymore. So you can do anything. It doesn't really matter what you can do, but like you can do 1, 2, 3, 4. You can try to snag some 3 digits, 4 digits, maybe 5 digits. So when the narrative is going to pick up, maybe they're going to be tradable. So you can, if you're going to get some rares, you can try and then flip them on the secondary marketplace once we're going to have one. Also, you want to keep your eye on DeFi projects that are coming to Berachain ecosystem. So for example, we have like Infrate, and in here, this is the proof of liquidity in one click. So you can see already they have some decent funding, which is really interesting to see because right now we don't even have the mainnet on Berachain, but we also have some VCs investing in early Berachain projects, like for example this one. So right now, if you go to the official website, the application doesn't work. because they're waiting probably for the mainnet to launch. So you can only, stay up to date. You can register, give them your email. If they're gonna have more info, they're gonna send you some, updates. You can join Discord, you can follow them on Twitter, and you can also apply for jobs probably. So that's ultimately your alpha, guys. It's super early to just keep up with these projects. Follow them if you're not following them yet. So next one massive up is Kodiak, which is the native liquidity hub incubated by Bera. So similarly as the previous one, they are waiting for the mainnet. So they are in early stages in the development phase. So we don't know anything about them yet. And I can see a lot of people coming to Berachain instead of coming to, let's say, zkSync, but because of the memeability. So if you look at the Bera, people love memes. Who controls the memes, control everything. So I can see more people coming to Berachain once they're gonna launch it. We're gonna have a ton of new NFT collections. We're gonna have a ton of shitcoins. We already have a ton of teams that they're working on a bunch of cool DeFi apps. So there's a ton of to come. And last but not least, I wanna show you how you can deploy a contract on testnet on Berachain. So if you go to minter.mercalli.com, and then if you're gonna select the network, you can find the Berachain on the bottom. So you just wanna give a name, you just wanna do some random symbol, you can deploy it and then interact it. So it's better to interact on testnet right now. Do not wait, do not hesitate or try to postpone it for later, because we don't know and we want to take an action now, because at some point maybe they're gonna take a snapshot. So you just wanna interact now. And the last news is from Layer 0. And they collaborated with Berachain. So when Berachain is going to be live, probably you're going to be able to easily transfer your assets from, let's say, Ethereum to Berachain, or from Arbitrum, from zkSync, from Optimism, any network that they support. They're going to be implementing Berachain, because Berachain is probably going to be one of these hottest narratives in 2024. So I definitely see it coming. I definitely see more money flowing to Berachain. And Layer 0 is probably one of these big partnerships so far. And especially we know that a lot of farmers trying to get the Layer 0 airdrops. So people gonna be bridging heavily to Berachain. And as I said before, I'm gonna be covering a ton of new Berachain projects. So if you wanna stay up to date and if you wanna know how you can qualify potentially for the Bera token, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and follow me on Twitter. And also you can follow my group, because this is where we post some successes from previous drops. As always, I'll see you in the next one.